Good evening, race fans, and welcome to the SSRL series presented by Chasity Tucker Realtor. We are here with the Master Series brought to you live from virtual Texas Motor Speedway. I'm Joe LaCastro up in the Grid Vision booth here with Sheldon Atkins this week. Down in the truck pushing buttons, it's Austin Derbyshire, and we are here for 160 hot ones around this track. Sheldon, are you ready for some sweet Texas Motor Speedway action?
Oh, absolutely. This track puts on one heck of a show in the next gen car, and I mean, heck, this is the Master Series. These guys always put on one hell of a show wherever they go. So excited to see what these guys have up their sleeve tonight.
We're going to have 160 laps up their sleeve, followed by, well, I think we're going to do up to 65 to get things started here, or 60 around there. Let me double check that. But then we're going to go from there straight to 160. So we do have one stage break in here tonight. Look over here. We've got the beautiful view overhead of Texas Motor Speedway, but we also have some championship standings. I think we only have a couple races left here in the SSRL Master Series. Let's see how things stand right now. Justin Levine up at the top, PB Henry in second, Kevin Zosiak in third, Kyle Gerlach in fourth, Joseph Causey in fifth, Mark Sanchez in sixth, seventh, Charles Van Scoik, eighth, it's Johan Seminario, ninth, we have Redacted, and 10th, Kalen Mitchell for your overall top 10 there in the championship standings. So it's going to take a little bit of action tonight to move some of those numbers around, but we've got the usual suspects up on the top of the list. Let's go around and get some keys to tonight's race and see how they can maybe use that advice to stack up against their competition.
Yeah, so the key is getting around Texas right now. One of the most important things with the reconfiguration. They took a lot of banking out of 1 and 2. You got a lot of track down there. It's a really wide corner now since they rolled out the asphalt, but we only got one line, maybe 1.5 that'll work. So you really want to hit your marks head on in 1 and 2 because you can lose a lot of time in there, but you can also make up a lot as well. Number 2, that travel, extra tricky, gets slick once these tires start to break in. Really wants to snap around on you. A lot of people also kind of lose sight of where they're running. It's very easy to get yourself clipped and spun around there in the tri-oval. It's a hard hit to that inside pit wall. And most important, it's difficult to get around people at this place. Really difficult with the way the corners are set up. And what's going to be imperative for you here tonight is to get aggressive restarts. Just absolutely dog it. It's going to make or break you. Track position is everything here.
Those are some excellent keys. Let's go into tonight's picks. I got to admit, I went a little safe tonight. Joseph Causey in the 88. That's who I think is going to take it across the line tonight. I think that tonight's going to be his night.
Man, you're going with Causey. Unfortunately, I have not been able to see the entry list just yet. But I think, you know what? I think I'm going to pull you. I'm going to pull for Kyle Westwood this evening. I feel like he might have something up his sleeve.
All right. It's been a hot minute since I was on my Kyle Westwood. I will pick him until he wins kick. And down in the truck, it's the 56 of Johan Seminario, who's already had a little bit of a disconnection problem this evening. So we'll see if hopefully his connection holds up for the rest of the night.
Look, somebody had to break up the One Sim train up here in the booth that is run predominantly by members of One Sim.
That's true. That's very true. And here we have the conditions on the track right now. Fort Worth, Texas, USA, mostly cloudy, 200 above sea level. Right now, wind out of the east is about 15 miles an hour, 83 degrees in the air. Looking pretty good. The banking down there on the track right now. This track has 2 different degrees of banking in each turn, so things can go a little bit, things could go differently from 1 and 2 into 3 and 4, and if these guys keep that in mind, then they might just have the advantage over some of the other drivers who think that they're driving the same turn twice. But let's take a look at the starting grid. On the inside, in your pole position, Reese Schaefer, Joseph Causey in second. Third, Justin Levine. Fourth, Johan Seminario. Fifth, PB Henry. Sixth, Kyle Westwood. Seventh, Pat Harvey. Eighth, Chris Hudson. Ninth, Lou Christian. And 10th, Charles Van Scoik.
For the place, we got Evan Ethel with Joseph Tucker in 12th. 13th is going to be Chris Vincent with Art Nicotera in 14th. 15th place, Mark Sanchez with Kevin Zosiak to his outside in 16th. 17th is going to be Jordan Sailors with Drew Prohl in 18th. 19th position, going to be Kyle Gerlach with Scott Schroeder in 19th. And rounding out the top 20. Oh, sorry about that. That was Scott Schroeder in 20th. Miles jumped. On to you, Joe.
It's all good. Let's take it home. Christoph Hall in 21st. Jose Medina in 22nd. Robert Visaw in 23rd. And rounding out that 24 car field, it's Kalen Mitchell. It's a nice even 24 cars on the field today. We do have a good blend of teams up there at the top. You mentioned one sim. That thing that will break them up will be a little bit of connection issue potentially, but here we have eyes on Johan Seminario getting those tires warmed up. And Reese Schaefer, your pole position driver, getting things ready for you guys. Hey, remember, folks, if you're watching for the first time, great to have you. Nice to see you. If you're back, welcome back, my friend. Thanks for joining us again. And be sure to hit that like, subscribe, smack that bell as well. We've got all kinds of great content for you here on Grid Vision. This is just one of the many things that we do, one of the races that we bring you every week. And be sure to join us on Twitch tomorrow night for the NIS Top Split.
Yeah, the gloves come off and we'll be unfiltered all broadcast long. So ready to hear what two couch racers happily say about everybody in the field.
Yeah, I won't be couch racing for too much longer. I am putting my rig back together, and I will be back on the asphalt very soon. This summer, watch out for me to absolutely wreck the ever-loving hell out of the field as I take it back to the drawing board, basically, and try to get back into racing a little bit.
I've heard that a couple weeks in a row now.
Hey, you got to give me time. Anyways, there goes the pace car. He's off. We're looking for the restart zone. Here we go, folks. There's the green flag. We are go, go, go on Grid Vision.
A lot of checkups in the further part of the field there on that initial start. Right, a good job keeping it off each other. We're running deep into turn one right now, using the outside line to a little bit of an advantage. It's the 88 machine of Joseph Causey. Real close battle between him and the 97 of Reese Schaefer, but Schaefer's going to fall out right now as the 56 machine of Johan Seminario is going to push Joseph up here to the point into turn three.
This is such a wide field we have here. This is reminiscent of the fields we race in, sort of like Talladega, where, very wide field. That was Chris Hudson just bouncing off the wall there very briefly. But there might be, the optimal line here is still very clear. We've got a little bit of two-column racing going on, but these guys want to be down in single file. Ooh, still battling it out for first, though. Joseph Causey and Johan Seminario side by side.
Here comes Johan with the dive down to three, pulled a little bit of side draft down the back straightaway. Going to be a dead heat in the turns 3 and 4. Johan getting a little bit more momentum, working on the bottom lane, though. So equal. You can flat foot through 3 and 4 the first couple of laps. But here comes Causey fighting back up top, trying to pull him in with a little bit of a side draft into 1. Still dead even, but I think Causey's going to end up having to get with the ghost here because that outside line is so difficult to maintain through 1 and 2.
He's really putting on a clinic for how to do it if it's going to get done right now. The outside line, I thought there'd be some momentum there for him, but he is a man alone. He is up there pushing on his own, using any benefit that it gives you. But just as soon as they get back down to the inside of these turns. Oh, yeah, they're side by side
now.
a
little bit of contact.
Respectful. Just saying, hey,
Causey.
I'm here.
And Causey is not giving up as you see him try to take it around the outside on his one sim teammate. I think they're teammates, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, yes.
There we go. There we go. Had to double check there. But Causey going to walk away with the point here. Causey's going to lead us to the line here for lap number 6.
Now that was a move. The outside worked out for him in the end. It was patience and perseverance that brought him out to the front. And just to recap, I'm still learning some of the teams myself too, my friend. Well, out here on one sim, we have Johan Seminario, Joseph Causey, Justin Levine, Kalen Mitchell, and Reese Schaefer all driving under the one sim banner tonight.
I'll tell you what, one cat you want to keep your eyes craned on throughout this thing, though. Kalen Mitchell started dead last on the field. And, we know how fast of a piece he brings every week. He's going to be working his way through pretty quick here.
Well, Kalen now is up 5 from where he started. You're right, he started dead last, up 5 now to 19. And he's got more cars to drive through if he wants to make some space. Right now, up on the outside in that Craftsman livery. Staying just ahead of the mystery machine. Oh, I think my training paints needs to be updated there.
He's going to work his way past the 29 machine of Mark Sanchez. Sanchez up on the top line, kind of down on speed right now. Uncharacteristic of the 29 machine. We've seen just how fast that car is on our Thursday nights. A little bit off right now, maybe saving some tire, trying to keep those good years under him. Or maybe just not liking what he's got underneath him at the moment.
And saving tire might be the way to do it. He's got to make it to lap 65 to get to the end of stage 1. And we know how SSRL goes. These guys aren't going to make it there without, getting some gas in underneath that car. So he could be waiting.
PB Henry got really tight and washed up about a lane and a half coming out of turn 1.
Henry
He
now.
caught a little bit of, looks like he caught a little bit of dirty air off the one machine of Justin Levine. And it did not like that.
Here's the Daytona USA hood camera view from PB Henry.
Oh, this is the best camera in the arsenal right here, in my opinion.
Oh, it's definitely one of my favorites. I love you get the sound of the engine right there in your ears, and you get a really great point of view of just the speeds these guys are dealing with, and the moment that slip hits, you can tell when the nose of the car just gets out from under him. Right now, he's working hard to stay up there with Justin Levine. PB Henry, he's looking good.
That was our producer's favorite camera there. Loves looking at the uncanny valley that is the drivers tucked away inside of these machines. It's crazy. Everybody's must be on the same diet or something, because they all look the same from up here.
Roughly the same height, roughly the same weight. You just got these NASCAR drivers all eating the same stuff, working out at the same gym.
Here we are looking at Kyle Westwood right now. Always a clean paint on that machine.
As he
Up
leads
to the
Chris
10th
Hudson.
position. Yeah, up to the 10th
Yes, sir.
position right now for Kyle. Good run so far. Just, nice and solid, nice and quiet. What we're used to seeing out of the 92 machine.
A couple of guys here really biding their time, like you mentioned earlier, just kind of taking it easy for a little bit, maybe waiting for the stage to heat up a little bit. Oh, we got a little bit of side-by-side racing. Evan Ethel high on the outside for a second there.
I am not necessarily. I wouldn't say that they're necessarily biding their time. It's just there's not much of an opportunity here. We go to other tracks, like we go to Kansas. Was it next week? Guys are going to be able to run wherever they want, whenever they want. Same thing a couple weeks ago at Bristol. We've had the action tracks the last couple weeks here on iRacing, and here at Texas, it's a little more of a lull, a little more of a march, so to speak. It's just so difficult to make something happen. It's so hard to make the outside lane work. The outside lane in 1-2 is just non-existent. And 3 and 4, you just lose so much running up top. Yeah, the repave here has made this place very tricky. It's like a backwards version of Kentucky.
You're gonna have to explain that one to me. I'm trying to visualize it in my head.
We'll watch this replay here because
Okay.
this right here is it's for the lead. Johan Seminario getting to the back bumper of Joseph Kazi here at the 3 and 4. Kazi clips the apron a little bit. Car darts out from under him, and here comes Johan with a quick scoop to take the lead.
Whoa! And he almost drove across the grass there for a split second too. I was worried that was going to catch him off guard, but it didn't. He was able to make it work for him. As Johan Seminario now out in front of his teammate. A few teammates up there again in the lead. We have the One Sim team. 5 drivers from One Sim on the trap tonight. 4 drivers from Henry Boys Esports. 3 from Boomer Button Box. So we have a few other teams out there run to represent. 4 from Pioneer Racing.
Yeah, so back to the Kentucky conversation. They're trying to explain it for you and the viewers at home. 2015, Kentucky had it was a really worn out, aggressive surface, really bumpy. It basically felt like driving down just imagine the worst highway you've ever been down in your life. Well, they decided they were going to repave it. When they repaved it, SMI did a thing that they do to so many tracks, and we love it so much. They decided to reconfigure it and reprofile it while they were doing it. So what they did was they added more banking in 1 and 2, and they flattened 3 and 4 a little more. And 1 and 2 basically flat foot. 3 and 4, it doesn't feel like you can hit the broadside of a barn no matter how hard you try.
Oh, that's what you meant by the opposite then. I see what you mean.
In Texas, for whatever reason, they did the same thing. Our producer likes New Texas, which puts him on an island all his own.
Well, how do you think these guys are feeling about it right now? It looks like you said, there's not a lot of opportunities, but there are small moves being made here and there. Right now, the 67 of Kalen Mitchell up 10, but he's actually a second and a half down. One of the larger gaps we have in the field between any two cars. How do you think they're feeling about the repave here?
Well, these guys up here at the front, love it. Once you get to about 10th, 15th on back, they're just here.
They're just here for the ride. And here they are, out to the wall. We've got a great line of cars coming through now. Kalen Mitchell in that group. Johan Seminario still up in the lead.
Oh, for the lead right now. Here comes Levine on the outside with a huge run of steam into turn one. Deadlock down into turn one. Johan with the advantage right now, using the low line tucked up right against the white stripe. But here comes Levine fighting back with the momentum up top. Going to give him a little bit of a pinch and a side draft down the back straightaway. Plenty of room between these two. Johan's going to tuck in line behind Justin, and Justin Levine is now your race leader, just shy of 20 laps into this.
And right behind him is side by side Joseph Causey.
Oh,
and PB
Causey
Henry.
Contact between the 25 machine and the 88.
Causey on the outside, Henry down on the inside trying to hold on, but we've seen the outside work now for a couple of times.
Yeah,
oh, heavy contact now again.
Yep, they're still touching through 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. Do they touch again? Yes, they do. PB Henry coming back up and giving him another slam in the door. Causey doing everything he can to impersonate Ryan Newman on the outside line, but PB Henry going to take the spot, and Causey, he's just got to stop the bleeding.
Whoa!
Oh, and PB Henry just about gets one hell of a save.
Tokyo Drift.
That was a wreck, and it just didn't materialize right there.
Oh, yeah. In another universe, PB Henry is
They're
upside
still
down
side
in the
by
catch
side.
fence.
They're still side by side. Henry trying to work the bottom line, but this tire's a little bit angry with him now after that slide. Might take him a lap or two to be able to get the heat back to where it needs to be to get back to the 88 machine, but they're still going to be deadlocked into 3.
Deadlocked. Let's see what happens here. Oh, ouch!
No,
into
one on
the
the fence.
wall. Yeah, that was Pat Harvey. Back there into the wall very briefly. Van Scoik just ahead of him, avoiding problems with that. Still side by side. It's Joseph Causey and PB Henry checking out lap 22 right now, going to 65 in stage 1.
Yeah, Henry's somebody that won't give up either. He will hound the hell out of you until you either make him make a mistake or you end up giving it to him.
Yep.
See PB get up into the fence a little bit, getting tight in the dirty air behind the 88 machine of Joseph Causey. Now falling into the clutches of Reese Schaefer here in 1 and 2.
76 of Pat Harvey slots in behind Van Scoik. This little group up here in the middle, charging hard, trying to catch up to our leaders, trying to see if they can make the jump. Joseph Causey falling back about almost a second and a half now between Johan Seminario and Joseph Causey. That's the gap between second and third, unfortunately.
I'll tell you, I got to give credit too to Van Scoik. He's really found something these last handful of weeks. He really put himself into the picture here in the upper percentage of the top 10. Good runs for that 00. Good runs for that 00 machine, and really glad that we did figure out the pronunciation of his name. Thank you for that homework assignment there, Joe.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to throw that out there. Any racer, if we mispronounce your name, find me. Corner me. Tell me how to pronounce your name right. I will never take offense when being told, obviously, that I said someone's name wrong. So please just let me know. I would very much want to make sure I get it right.
Yeah, be sure to meet him in the Applebee's parking lot after 10.
That's right. Hey, LeCastro, got a bone to pick with you.
A little Mike Harmon reference never hurt anybody. Mike Harmon.
Mike.
I was about to say. Oh, yeah, Joe, go ahead and ask the questions.
He's I think it's front-loading me for me to ask who Mark Harmon is. Who's Mark Harmon? He's the actor from NCIS. Oh, Mike Harmon.
Nope, here, Reese Schaefer right now bringing it to the inside of PB Henry, though. This is the battle for 4th place.
Oh, let's focus on this first here.
Yeah, we'll get to Mike Harmon soon. Don't worry.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, a little bit of contact into 3. Almost. PB's going to get tight, though, from the aero play from the 97 there.
Now, Van Scoik is also going to put his hat in the ring. As we mentioned, you used that
Also-
turn of phrase earlier. We're going to use it right now because he's got the nose of that car right in with PB Henry. He's going to make sure PB Henry can't get down to the inside line.
And Van Scoik being the opportunist here, trying to find his way into the top 5. As the laps start to wind down, as we get to the close of this stage, every one of these points is going to matter for these guys. Van Scoik's going to get it up to P5 for the double zero machine. Oh, and a big slide right behind him. Joseph Tucker just about found the inside grass.
Just about there. Joseph Tucker in the Quick Trip livery this week.
Nice looking paint.
Always a fan of the red and black schemes, and this is a damn good one.
It reminds me of I can't remember who it was in Pro that used to run those same colors. I want to say Conti ran them at some point, but I'm probably wrong. No, I'm not wrong. Look at that, man. I'm so proud of myself for familiarizing myself with these paint schemes that these sim racers run. Black, Dayglow red, and neon yellow. They look right on a race car.
They really do. Ooh, yeah, satin red with matte black,
red too.
as we just heard from the truck. That's a good set.
Oh.
Oh, wow, some heavy slides right there from a few cars. I think that these guys might be starting to hit a point where they're driving a little harder, or they might be writing checks that their cars can't cash.
That's the problem. Inflation's really crept up to all these guys with these tires. Once you get a handful of laps here in Texas, man, there ain't no grip nowhere. The car's tight here, loose there. Doesn't matter what part of the track it is.
Nothing extra to be found here.
You can stack all the pennies you want, but you ain't gonna be able to get them to pay out for nothing here.
And here we had Chris Vincent. We had eyes on the inside of the car there from the gyro camera, I believe, or something close to it. We saw how the driver camera, excuse me, as he was going around getting his positions.
Vincent.
Right now, Chris Vincent up 5 from where he started.
Yeah, Vincent getting a little bit of luck there, though. Luke Christian kind of missed the bottom through 1 and 2. Got up to that second seam, and car, you saw it shoot up the track. Now he gets the apron.
Yikes. Van Scoik down pit road. Ooh, screaming brakes. Luke Christian.
21 machine. Bring her
That
in.
was Van Scoik for a second. I was wrong. That was Luke Christian.
No, back to Mike Harmon, right? Just like a year ago. So Mike Harmon is an independent owner, used to be a driver as well, and a very big gentleman.
Gotcha.
Somebody said, I forget who it was that started the fight with him, but they started fighting with him on Twitter, and he said, well, you can meet me at the Applebee's at 10 o'clock and say that to my face.
Meet me at the Applebee's.
But right now, taking the field at Applebee's, Justin Levine up to a 2.5-second lead over second place Joseph Causey as the rest of the field starting to work their way down pit road for 4 tires and Sunoco fuel. Reese Schaefer up to the 3rd position with Charles Van Scoik sitting P4 and Joseph Tucker rounding out your top 5.
Slightly different top 5 than we had when this race started, but not too much different. Kalen Mitchell up
coming down pit
16.
road.
Yeah, Kalen Mitchell up
There's
16
Evan
from
Ethel.
where he started.
Oh, Joseph Causey really aggressive getting down pit road. Just about lost it and locks the tires. I wonder if that's going to be speeding. He sent it about as deep as he could, and there's Kalen Mitchell right behind him.
That was not pretty. That was not pretty at all. Let's see who else decides
but
to
you
make
had to
that
call it
call.
out like that.
Oh, I don't know. I'm pretty. My mama says I'm very handsome.
But your mama also said this is top of the refrigerator artwork. So great, we put it on top so we don't have to see it. You see Joseph Causey working his way to pit road. Levine still up at the point right now, up to almost 3 seconds, staying out late here in the stage.
This could benefit him in the long run, but he's going to have to come down eventually.
I'll tell you, this doesn't surprise me much, seeing Justin up here with this big of an advantage right now. Texas is a place that I've seen him do a lot of crazy stuff at throughout the years. Always been a good track for him. See a big slide for the 43 machine of Chris Hudson. Definitely a tail-happy Ford Mustang there.
It's my favorite livery on the track, I got to say. Week after week is always Chris Hudson's look with the rivets on the side, with the P51 look. P51 Mustang. Fantastic looking car. Here goes Van Scoik down pit road.
Such a good run for that 00 machine so far.
Really has been. Yeah, really, really has been. He's sitting around where he started, but still a very good run.
Joseph Tucker working his way into P3 here through strategy. Chris Vinson working his way up to 4th. And Chris Hudson just fighting to hang on. Oh, one car late down pit road, Joseph Tucker. And here comes Johan. Yeah, that's going to be a huge loss for him on that entry, as you see Drew Prohl dive it down right behind him.
Yikes. A lot of screaming tires. A lot of smoke in the air as these guys are coming down pit road. Hard driving tonight from some of these guys. But you do love to see it. Once again, this is the SSRL Masters Series presented by Chasity Tucker Realtor. You're watching Grid Vision. Thank you for joining us.
Sorry about that, guys. It appears that my daughter got so excited about the race and she wanted to start singing.
Hey!
Yeah. Get her to do the national anthem next week.
Oh, it'd be better than if you or I tried it.
Oh, absolutely. She's at least got an excuse for being off key.
Easy peasy.
Westwood, race leader now, bringing it down pit road. Going to get himself a lap on the board as well, because Johan Seminario is just 15 seconds back. The race going to cycle into the hands of Johan here since he pits so early. And Joseph Causey is still fighting with his favorite car in the field right now, and that is the 25 machine at PB Henry. Seems like these two cannot get away from each other this race.
They're still absolutely going at it. It's been most of the race. And we're on lap 40 out of 65 in stage one, out of 160 overall. And for the last 40 laps, these guys have been side by side more often than I can remember.
Here comes Speedway using the slipstream, trying to get some kind of a momentum, some kind of an advantage over the 88 machine. See him opening up the entry of the corner, trying to get the drive off, trying to get a better launch down the straightaway to put himself in a position to dive bomb or, make the top line work around that 88 machine, but nothing materializing just yet. Joseph doing a great job driving defensive.
Look at that careful adjustment there from PB Henry as he comes down. You really got to have a very careful touch on the wheel when you're riding that low on the track like that. The car will get out from under you. You can see him fighting it here. The car wants to slide. He's just holding it back. He's had some sliding problems earlier, PB Henry. We saw that. So let's hope he doesn't have a repeat of that situation.
The worst part about riding that low on the track, too, is the proximity of your left front tire to that apron. So easy to clip the apron here in 3 and 4 because you have all the grip in the world. And you get down there and it feels like the line isn't representative of where the apron actually starts in a couple of spots, and it'll snag you really quick and pull you around.
To the tri-oval. Comes the field. Nice little stack of cars here, led by Reese Schaefer. Reese Schaefer in 7th right now, down from where he started.
Yeah, Reese just working through that pit strategy. Stayed out a little late, stayed out late with Justin. Gonna have to work his way here through traffic a little bit, but the good news is he's gonna have a little bit extra fuel in the tank as Joseph Tugger just went 3 wide here. That was a scary moment.
Ooh, yeah. 3 wide feels like it's not necessary right now in this place.
No, and it's also looking like Joseph Tucker and the 52 machine opting to stay out on an older set of tires, way off pace compared to the rest of these guys.
Sorry.
But rolling the dice here on a little bit of strategy to have an extra set of Goodyear sitting in the box later on this evening.
We'll see. We'll see if my voice can keep up. I apologize for the raspiness here, folks. I've got my bottle of water here. But trying to make sure I don't clean my throat right into the mic again. As he comes around. Here comes PB Henry. Sitting in right behind Joseph Causey, just barely on the back of the bumper. I think he's in the bubble in terms of getting a little bit of draft, maybe off the back of that car, but he's going to need to get a little bit closer if he wants to if he wants to challenge using that outside line that is the same line that Causey's been using all night to get the advantage on people. I wonder if maybe PB Henry's going to try the same maneuver. We'll see.
Yeah, right now, PB Henry just needs to wait for this long run to click off here. Causey, you know, really good on the short take, but that last run at least, you know, really struggled when she got, 25 laps on the tires. But I don't think these guys are going to have enough time left in the stage for that to really come into play.
Probably not. A few other people here. Cycle a little ways back. Justin Levine started in third. Sitting in fourth right now.
Yeah. And we got another just shy of 15 laps to go here in stage one. He's still got a little bit of time, but he's got a long way to go. He's going to get up there. 6 seconds, man, against somebody like Johan Seminari. That is not an easy... It's not an easy situation to be in.
Not at all. And folks, we're going to take a short commercial break. And when we get back, the end of stage one coming up here at this race live from Texas Motor Speedway. You're watching Grid Vision. Stick around.
Go Racing Diecast is the sponsor of the Gloria League Go Racing Diecast 150 at the Monster Mile. And now from famous woods and motorsports, hey Gabby. Driver, start, go, and go!
We are back, folks, on the SSRL Master Series presented by Chasity Tucker Realtor. I'm Joe LaCastro. I'm trying to say that in one breath. Oh, I'm Joe LaCastro, joined by Sheldon Atkins and Austin Derbyshire down in the truck. We are here with the coming up with the end of stage one and just a little over 10 laps from Texas Motor Speedway. Sheldon, how's the race been going so far from your perspective?
Well, so far, typical Texas, not a whole lot happening once we get into the later stages, but a little bit of passing still going on here as we see Reese Schaefer up on the outside line trying to fight with the double zero machine of Van Scoik. Charles, man. Oh, no, actually, that is Lou Christian. Similar paints, and I completely lose my mind as soon as I see it.
I made the same mistake earlier tonight, so don't worry about it.
And I just want to say quick. I want to make sure that he knows that we got his name figured out up here. As you see Justin Levine pedal his way around the 25 of PB Henry as PB Henry catches the fence out of turn number 4. But Levine now down to 3 seconds behind your race leader. There's a second and a half, a little under a second and a half behind Joseph Causey.
I think what this race needs right now, my friend, is a good restart. Maybe, but we're going to get one in 10 laps. So let's see if we can make it those 10 laps, get 10 clean green flag runs out of this, or excuse me, get 65 clean green flag runs out of this before we crunch everything back up and see who can handle restarting the race here at Texas Motor Speedway, because that's part of the challenge here is going to be who can really maintain that jump off the line a second time.
Yeah, we got ourselves a promoter's caution coming here in a couple minutes.
Oh, I like that. A promoter's caution.
Yeah, so they're going to be calling it here in the All-Star race. You know, I like what Joseph Tucker did with the tire strategy, the experiment, but man, I think he's dug himself into a hole pretty bad here, down now to the 23rd position. And that machine is just struggling to get around. 1 lap down. He's the only car a lap down at the moment, so if it stays that way, till the caution, he'll be in a good spot to come down pit road, take 4 fresh tires, get a little bit of Sunoco fuel. But right now, not the best situation. You see Justin Levine get by Joseph Causey.
Oh,
no, one car hard into the fence. Joseph Tucker, I was just talking about him.
He is now a lap down also.
Huge contact right. Yeah, that right front fender tore up pretty bad too on that. That's gonna be a lot of repairs on pit road.
Yeah, I might need to come down now. Oh, you can see that. You can see the panels torn away a little bit at the front of the car there. Dented in.
Hey, what? He wasn't needing any trouble, but he sure found it.
He sure did.
And here comes Justin Levine hunting down the leader, down to 0.5 of a second between Levine and Seminario. Just over 5 laps to go. Oh, he's there.
Yeah, you think with 5 laps to go, this is definitely
Look at how much he's carving into it here.
Oh wow!
Took down 0.2 in 3 and 4. Levine on way fresher tires than Seminario up here at the point. Levine, up into the fence. He tried to go high, but the door closed on him. And he catches the wall a little bit, but not any damage. Here he comes with the crossover down to the bottom of the track through 1 and 2. Side by side on the back straightaway. Levine crosses him over and takes the lead with just 5 laps to go in stage 1.
He made that bounce work for him. It didn't cost him much of anything. It reoriented him, but I mean, it's going to cost you, that persistent level of building up of damage that happens every time you touch the wall. It's going to do something no matter what you think it does or doesn't do. But Justin Levine using that, bouncing off the wall. Not ideal, obviously, but he was able to use the angle he got from that to take the inside instead of the outside.
Also, I do have to say, Causey looking a lot better on this long run than he did earlier.
Oh, yeah, there he is, sitting third. Moving up a little bit. Right now, he's closing the gap ever so slightly between him and Seminario.
Yeah, doing a good job.
62.
Doing a good job, all these 1-sim guys are. Reese Schaefer sitting there in 4th position in the 97 machine. Right in front of a really hungry PB Henry, but I just think, I don't know, maybe PB Henry made an adjustment on pit road that was kind of off there or something, but he just hasn't had the pace that he had in that first run here in the second stint.
And so far,
field, there's Chris Vincent in the 33 machine sitting 10th. That's the last spot here for stage points. There's Drew Prohl. Outside looking in.
Outside looking in is a good way to put it. He's sitting in 11th place right now, up
and
7th from
man,
where he
Webb
started.
Gets the wall, just about loses it coming out of turn 2. No
Not
grip
pretty.
up there.
Yeah, no
There's
grip
Kyle.
at all to be found there.
There's Kyle Westwood. Rough race, just getting rougher for him. Still the first car lap down, though. Opportunity here. Sorry, Joseph Tucker. I don't know where my brain's at.
He's got to rewire it for this race. We're in this race. It's all right. We're looking for one last lap now before the end of the stage. Justin Levine out in front through the tri-oval. He's going to take it around toward the backstretch right now, and he's leading this thing. I'm pretty sure that right now, Johan Seminario, 2.5 seconds behind, is not going to be able to close that gap within this lap here. Justin Levine up 2 places from where he started, trading places with Joseph Causey to bring you the end of stage 1 here out of Texas Motor Speedway, folks. If you thought it was going to be anybody else, guess again. Justin Levine takes it away. End of stage 1, 65 laps into Texas Motor Speedway. There goes the yellow flag, and the promoter's caution has begun.
Good run there. Good run there for Justin Levine. Johan Seminario bringing it home second for the first stage. Joseph Causey third. Reese Schaefer fourth. Fifth place is going to go to PB Henry. Sixth is going to be Pat Harvey with Charles Van Scoyk in seventh. Eighth, Lou Christian. Then Chris Vincent and Kyle Gerlach are out the top 10. So that's your the points window here for stage 1.
All right. Good run. Straight green flag racing. We had one really good slide. I think that was the PB Henry slide. And then we had Van Scoyk had a bit of a slide as well, but we didn't end up having any wrecking. We had some door banging, especially toward the beginning and toward the end there where we had some guys racing side by side. But these guys have kept it very, very clean, very straight as they've gone around tonight and given us some of the best, probably the most respectful racing I've seen in the last couple of weeks from some guys who are at a track that looks like it can take a lot out of you.
Yeah, this place will wear you out. Also notable, the 52 machine of Joseph Tucker is the lucky dog here.
There goes everybody down pit road. And, oh, I see that. Hey, Joe, watching with Spike. That's my buddy Calvin. Hey, Calvin, good to see you, buddy. Thanks for watching.
To watch the 52 machine work its way past the pace car here. Everybody else on pit road. Justin Levine leading everybody into their box. Joseph Causey and Reese Schaefer dive in. Reese Schaefer, the pole sitter, so he gets that advantage pit box here. Let's see if it pays off for him when they drop the jack. Nope.
I feel so juvenile watching all of these cars lined up like that because I'm going to say it. It looks like 24 cars all farting. Just in a row.
Just
I'm gonna
straight
say it.
ripping.
Just
Yeah, that's, you know,
we gotta get some soundboards in here, and just have
no, we don't.
when
Because once we start with soundboards, I'm not going to stop. That's my problem. That's why I don't touch it.
just for when you've got every single car in a row on pit road, all getting tires at the same time. It's beautiful. That was just beautiful. Oh, that was fun. I'm here. I'll be happy to amuse myself here. Okay. I know this is a joke that only I'm gonna laugh at. Let's see what we've got coming up, folks. You know what we've got coming up, folks. We have about another 90 laps of iRacing ahead of us here. This could be another green flag situation, but we're going to have at least one, probably two pit stops, I'm guessing. Green flag pit stop situations, excuse me. Especially if we have some yellows in here, but we haven't yet. And the lights are off now on the pace car. Number 1 of Justin Levine is going to be leading things off here. Waiting for the pace car to pass him. There he goes. And we'll be getting things going here as it comes back around, getting things started. Folks, if you're just joining us now, thanks for tuning in. Happy to have you. Go ahead and click that like and subscribe button. Smash that bell if you've been watching from the beginning. We hope you've been enjoying this race here live from Texas Motor Speedway, the SSRL Master Series presented by Chasity Tucker Realtor on Grid Vision. Oh, look at that. Perfect lineup. 2x2x2x2x2 all the way down. Pace cars coming down and around through 3 and 4, getting ready to run off, getting ready to give the green flag restart zone to the drivers at the front. And who is that at the front? Justin Levine, Joseph Causey. Here they go. Here comes that zone. And we are green yet again. Good launch here, Pat Harvey camera.
Good clean restart for everybody in the field here. Most of these guys going quick to single files. Justin Levine already grabs his point up here at the front. Joseph Causey looking low, trying to get a little bit of clean air to the nose of the 88 dual alt machine. Trying everything he can to just find that little bit of an advantage over Justin Levine up there at the point. But you don't want to dig too deep because you got Johan Seminario breathing down your back, and we know how aggressive he can be and how scrappy he is in that 56 ride this week.
Very aggressive, very, but he's been, consistently in the
for
front
the lead
of all of the races.
Levine opting to go save mode, going to let Causey get by him without much fight here. Never mind, here he comes, diving back down to the bottom here to 3.
I was about to say, the fight came right back, it looks like. But it looks like Causey is going to have just enough room out front to come back down, not necessarily throw a block, but his line is just going to keep Levine from moving easily back up into contending position.
Yeah, right now what Justin's doing is he's trying to stay in his head. He's trying to make him, use lines that he wouldn't necessarily want to use, to try and put a little bit of wear on those Goodyear Eagles. Justin always good at playing those head games here. You see him pound the 88 machine at Joseph Causey to turn 3.
A little bit of 2x2 situation a little further back. Drew Prohl and Kyle Westwood over there. Van Scoik, 3 wide.
And Mitchell just knocked the fence down like crazy down the front straightaway. But yeah, 3 wide. Van Scoik in the middle with Drew Prohl all the way up against the outside wall. And Kyle Westwood, my pick, all the way down on the bottom as they work themselves down the back straightaway. Still 3 wide.
Yikes. Kind of a dangerous situation to find yourselves in, but that 3 wide has solidified now as Luke Christian is now looking back. We got eyes on Kyle Gerlach looking back at Van Scoik. Excuse me, as we jump around a little bit.
Gerlach having a really quiet race here himself. So we had another moment of 3 wide there, but it quickly dematerialized. And right now, for the lead, here comes PB Henry down to the bottom of Joseph Causey, and he's going to take it away in 3 and 4.
PB Henry, I think this is the first time he's led a lap of this race, or at least he's about to lead a lap of this race. We can make it all the way around here without losing to Joseph Causey or anybody else. But I think this is the first time this race so far that he's done this.
Hey, you want to know what's going on right now?
Mm-hmm.
These other guys know this is going to be a real long run. When Causey's backing down and letting people pass him, you know it's tire save mode.
Ah, super tire saving. Or it could be fuel saving too. It's true.
Yeah. You gotta save everything you got here.
That's true. And when there's about 90 laps between these guys and the finish with fresh tires and a full tank, do you think they can make it without doing 2 green flag pit stops?
I'm not sure. I don't know what the fuel window is here at Texas. With the old car, I could tell you the fuel window every track we went to, but I just don't have enough experience in the Gen 7 car personally to be able to tell you when's good and when isn't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I understand completely. And it's something where these cars get changed just enough that when something like that does change, you're going to wipe the whiteboard clean. You got to start over with your familiarity with a lot of things, whether we're driving in a simulator or in real life,
Went down to the
And
bottom, Kalen Mitchell. Nope.
Thank you very much, Maverick Cast, for subscribing also. Much appreciated.
Oh, and Hudson's still very loose in that 43 machine. Just about lost it coming out 1 and 2 as Kalen Mitchell dives down to the bottom here again in 3 and 4.
Looking good.
That heat
Oh, Chris Hudson.
Yep. Hudson up there on that outside line. But, you know, that 43 has looked evil all race. But I got to give a tip of the hat to that 43 machine and that driver. Because I would have wrecked that thing about 8 different times by now. The fact that he's had it going 80 laps into this thing here, and he's making a move on the top through 1 and 2.
Can he do it? I think he's got enough room. Yep, makes the move. Luke Christian behind him right now, high on the outside. But it's not over for Chris Hudson. He's looking for Reese Schaefer as well. Maybe he'll be able to iron him out a little bit, stay on the outside, keep him from coming back up to the outside on some of those turns. But behind him, there's still some too wide situations going on. Kyle Gerlach out in front. Kalen Mitchell kind of in the middle there. There's a few
Mitchell
middle
really
drivers here.
And Mitchell struggled in that first stage to really make a whole lot of headway, but doing a good job here in stage 2, understanding the assignment, being aggressive when he needs to be to get himself in a position. So you look a little bit further ahead. Van Scoik down to the inside of Drew Prohl again. I think we've said that about 8 times tonight. But Van Scoik going to take the spot away here in 1 and 2 as Prohl still stuck on that top line and struggling to get the thing to rotate up there.
That'll be a top 5 position for Van Scoik, and he's going to be just behind Justin Levine. Ooh, down to the inside.
Westwood
Big
with a late
dive. Yeah.
The dive bomb up onto the apron, just about loses it, but still manages to take the position away from Luke Christian.
Terrifying. Terrifying move there. From the apron bite to from the dive itself to the moment that he bit the apron and came back up. I would have also pumped the brakes and just given him a lot of room after that and said, okay, his heart's going to be pumping. Mine already is. Let's give him some room. Out in front, PB Henry. 1 second, about 1.5 seconds ahead of Joseph Causey right now.
That's a nice feeling to have, but I just do not feel like that's going to last. We've seen how competitive these guys are tonight, how close a field it is, and I feel like PB's just burning it a little too quick here.
Just a little too quick. Well, the entire field is doing a really good job of staying with him, surprisingly. I know that I just said that after saying that he's almost a second and a half ahead, but everybody right now in the top 23 cars in the race are all on the lead lap still, all just about within about 5 seconds of each other.
I'll say Causey, Seminario, Levine, they're all tire saving. And the reason I say that, or fuel saving, or whatever you want to call it, the reason I say that is we saw how big of an advantage, how much of a gap that all these cars right here behind PB Henry had on each other, as well as the rest of the field in that first stint. And that advantage really started around lap 15. We're getting pretty deep into this run here already. And all these cars are bunched back up and backed up to this full pack of cars that they were running away from on that first stint. And I also think there's an adjustment you can make on pit road here with the limited window we have. It'll bring you that much speed. As we see Justin Levine dive down to the inside of Johan Seminario. And Seminario going to give it to him here in 3 and 4. Justin Levine now up to P3. And working on Joseph Causey.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And thank you, C. Bullhammer, for subscribing.
He said, I'm done saving. Let's go. As he dives down to the inside, trying to get the 88 machine of Causey tight. He's up on that quarter panel, side by side, down into turn 3. Levine with a huge head of steam on the inside line, and he's going to clear Causey before we even get to 4.
Wow, yeah, before we even get to 4. Not a bad move at all. Levine now with eyes for PB Henry. Can he close the gap?
Well, it was at 1.4. Now he's got him down to 1.3 in just a corner. I think now that he's got the point, though, he's able to control the pace there in second position. Doesn't have to worry about the guys in front of him backing up to him. I think that he's where he wants to be right now, just to ride. I don't think he's really going for the charge to the front at the moment. I just feel like he thinks he can save better in that position he's in.
And we'll see how long this goes, how long PB Henry can hold off the field, which is charging up, looking for a slice of that first place pie. In the meantime, though, we're going to take a short break, folks. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more racing from Texas Motor Speedway here on Grid Vision.
For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need, Makoni.
With the launch of Makoni Entertainment and Makoni Competizone alongside Makoni Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MakoniSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Makoni Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Are you looking to add to your diecast collection? Well, visit GoRacingDiecast.com. Explore one of the largest collections available with the options for pre-orders, new inventory, and the GOAT's personal collection for over 25 years. There's an option for every level of hobbyist. Ship direct. Personal custom diecasts are available. Shop the GOAT Racing merch store. And if you're a driver, apply for a sponsorship today. Turn your hobby into a passion and head on over and shop GoatRacingDiecast.com.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry.
We are back with the SSRL Master Series presented by Chasity Tucker Realtor on Grid Vision. This is stage 2, lap 94 out of 160. It was Justin Levine coming across at first. What's going on?
Oh, PB Henry running Justin Levine tight into 3, just about contact. Levine just about turned himself to try and keep it off the 25 machines. They run side by side still to the front straightaway and a little bit more contact into 1. PB's giving him absolutely no room. But Justin's going to shove him off and take the spot. Justin Levine is now your race leader.
Wow, what a move. Yeah, that was something I thought they were going to push a little harder maybe. Could have thought PB Henry was going to push a little bit harder through Justin Levine there, but he didn't. Levine, I was just in the process of saying, was the one who came across the line in first at the end of the stage. So now we've got him back in first after the end of the stage. After the restart, things looks like nature is balancing itself back out here.
Well, that's the thing about Henry. Everything we saw there, man, that was textbook. PB, you know, he is a very aggressive racer. And, you know, no fault to him there. I mean, that's what you're here for, you know. We're here to race. And he will run you as tight and, you know, difficult as he possibly can here around the track to make sure he can hold on to that spot. But falling back down to the dirty area, it's going to be a long slide to the back for the 25 machine now. As you see, he's behind Joseph Costi. Here comes Johan Seminario all over the back bumper through the tri-oval. A little bit of contact between him and Johan. And PB's going to try to go super defensive in 1 and 2 to try and keep that thing in front of the 56 machine behind him. But here comes
Is it
Johan
enough,
with a
though?
switchback. Tried to build a switchback, not able to get it there.
Oh, he was
Trying
so
to-
close too.
Oh, here he goes. He got down there on that quarter pound, got the 25 machine tied up the track, up the hill goes PB Henry. And here comes Johan Seminario now for the 3rd position.
Henry down. Ooh, potentially
contact again.
almost. Yeah,
No, it wasn't
wow.
almost. It was there.
That was there. Ah, man. So close. Henry has been just trading paint with every car that he's been passing. With almost every car he's been passing. Now with the wall a little bit too. He's had a rough time of it.
He's giving it all he's got. He figured today he was going to impersonate Ryan Newman, and he's doing a great job at it, making it difficult for these guys to get by him. This is what you got to do if you're down a little bit on pace, if you burned your tires off. You've really got to try and fight. You know, it's not the most flattering place to be. You don't make many friends doing that, but if you want to wear that hat and walk with it, you're more than welcome to. PB Henry doing a good job of it. As you see him now, unfortunately falling back to 5th. Those tires are definitely shot after these last couple laps.
Yeah. Yeah, there's only one thing you can do about that, and that's down pit road right now. So unless you want to go down there and risk it all, you're going to have to stick with what you got.
Yeah, but the good news for him, though, he's got a decent amount of advantage over him and Van Schoik in the 6th position. So, you know, if he can just get down there, get them tires cooled off a little bit, and get that thing sailing back in the right direction, he can at least put up a fight. As you see, Reese Schaefer now diving to the bottom of Johan Seminario into turn 3 with a deep dive, and he's going to blow the doors off of Johan through 3 and 4. Reese Schaefer up to your P3.
We have officially crossed into the triple digits, folks. We're on lap 100 out of 160.
We got
Here
Pitters.
at Texas.
Galen Mitchell leading Drew Prohl and Mark Sanchez down pit road. First cars to pit.
Let's see who else takes the bait. With 60 laps left to go in tonight's race.
Well, I
This
can
could
tell
be
you,
an interesting
Levine.
spot to take your pick and to actually make a good pit stop.
Another one diving down. Is that Gerlach?
I believe it is. Yeah, I believe it is a 75
Westwood.
of Kyle Gerlach.
Kyle Westwood diving in as well. Not going to make the same mistake he made last go around. I'm sorry. I made the same mistake twice. I'm used seeing a big old 38 on the side of that machine.
That's okay.
The
It's
number
okay.
font, it's all messing me up, man. Y'all got me backwards in here. I'm a truck guy. Here comes Johan. Oh, and huge lockup behind him with Luke Christian. Oh, we got 2 cars around the grass.
We were trying to catch the pits, and we missed a big slide down into the grass there.
Oh, we'll see it again, but that changes everything. A lot of these guys came down pit road, got put a lap down. Some guys coming down and being able to keep their lap. This is going to throw the strategy completely out the window. How is this going to play out?
Oh, my goodness. Well, let's find out in the Wayback Machine who was playing Farming Simulator 2025.
Well, I can tell you it was the 15 and the 48. Oh, hard contact with the wall. Down goes the 15 machine into the 48, and both of them sliding through the grass. Keep it off the wall. Oh, no. Oh, did he got into his pit box, though.
Amazingly done. Took no tires, no gas, and he's out.
Yeah, he
Oh,
gets,
no.
That is an unfortunate place to be if you're the 15. Because not only were you the cause of the caution in the middle of a pit cycle, you also get a black flag for improper pit entry, pit speeding, and you also knock the nose off it in your own box. That's a rough way to go.
Oh, wow. Yep. And here's the
See
view
where
on the
48
48
takes it.
here. Yeah, Jose Medina.
Good lockup. Good lockup for Jose there. Didn't slide the thing back out on track. Great looking paint scheme for Jose this week, too. Them's is Grid Vision colors right there, even though it doesn't have a sticker on it. But if you'd like to have a Grid Vision sticker, just let us know.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Back to live
Yes.
here.
See a lot of free real estate.
Yeah. And we can put Grid Vision stickers everywhere.
Speaking of real estate,
There we go. Speaking of real estate, Chasity
Yeah,
Tucker
yeah,
Realtor
yeah, I was
is
gonna
our
say.
sponsor.
Yeah, I
tonight.
was gonna say, you know where I can find a good realtor? And what area is it again?
Oh, what area? You know what? Educate me. I actually don't know. I think that would be good for our viewers
I
to
was
watch.
actually asking you.
I don't.
We bombed it. We bombed it.
We bombed that with that one hard. I'll fix it. I'll make sure I get the information right. But it's Chasity Tucker Realtor is our sponsor for tonight. Thank you again.
That has been a wonderful partnership here for the SSRO, both the truck and the Master Series. Let's see. The way things
Lights.
cycled out, and not much change up here at the point. Levine, Kazi, Schaefer, Henry, still large and in charge here at Texas.
Lights are still on the car, so it looks like we're going to have... Oh, they just went off. So we're going to have everybody cycle around real quick. Whew. You're going to have to make it... That's going to be a fast lap for some of these guys. A very fast lap. They are going to be hitting this thing going at nearly top speed when we get back around.
That's always fun. You stress yourself out the whole time when you get that wave around, thinking, I'm not making it back to the field in time. There's no way. Keep your foot in. Next thing you know, you blink, and there's a whole bunch of cars in front of you parked. Right on board with B-Saw right now in the Blockbuster machine.
Oh, and a little birdie in my ear just reminded me that Chasity Tucker Realtor can be found in the middle of Tennessee. So if you're in Middle Tennessee, excuse me. So if you're looking for a realtor in that region, that is a person to call. Middle Tennessee.
This is what I get for trying to key you up, huh?
Yeah, no, I want to make sure I get it right because this is important information that we get out to the folks. And right now, even more important is the fact that we are green yet again here on Grid Vision. There's the launch from Justin Levine. As we get things started here after that yellow with a slide across the middle, we are back refocused and getting things on for the last couple of laps here. The last about 50 laps here on lap 107 out of 160 in tonight's race.
And dive down to the bottom a little bit further in the back, the 33 machine of Chris Vinson. But here is PB Henry. He's been so aggressive all night, down to the inside of Joseph Causey through 3 and 4. Still deadlocked through the start-finish line here. PB Henry's going to be third for a second. As you see, Causey sending it in deep into turn 1, but it's going to be difficult to find the grip up there. He's going to pull it back with a nice little side draft to put a bow on it down here in the back straightaway. They're going to be dead even. No, here comes Causey with a huge run into 3.
Whoa, man. But he's made the outside work for him tonight so far. Patience, perseverance on the outside has paid off for Joseph Causey.
I'll tell you what, like I said earlier, man, these two cars, it feels like they've been locked together since we dropped the green flag. Here comes Vincent with a late dive down to the inside of Joseph Causey. Causey trying to clear himself, not able to get it. Now he's under fire from the 33 Chevrolet down the back straightaway.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Still on the outside. Still just too high to come down in. Oh, there we go. A little bit of a trade. Causey now on the inside of this little group here. It's Chris Vinson in the 33, just above him now.
Oh, and he's up into the gray here. He's going to have a real hard time getting up off the corner and having any momentum. Oh, I guess I'm wrong, man. Because in the trucks, you cannot make that happen up there. But it looks like the Cup car a little more favorable. Chris Vincent going to take the spot here as PB Henry's taking a battle to Justin Levine. This is the battle for second place. Oh, PB's not going to give it up, man. That 25 machine, he may just have short run speed, but he's going to use every second of that short run that he possibly can to try and get this thing taken away from these guys at the point.
That That's a good way to put it. Yep, that short run speed. Every second he can leech away, he's going to do it. Right now, he's doing a damn good job of it. PB Henry up 3 from where he started. That 25 machine has been in aggressive positions all night long. He's only led a few laps here, but he wants to get back to that first place spot.
Oh, he's going to give a shot.
As possibly can.
He's going to give a shot to Reese Schaefer here in the front straightaway. Reese Schaefer's going to be smart. He's going to roll out of it, let him go by. PB Henry, now your race leader.
Here we
Evie
go.
Schaefer. That is a calculated move right there.
Yeah.
He saw PB get to the back bumper, give him a little shot into the corner, and he thought about it. He was like, man, I know we got a good long run car. I'll let that 25 get out there, do like he did the last stint, get a big advantage. We'll reel him back in. Just gotta stay calculated, gotta stay calm. The laps are starting to tick away here at Texas Motor Speedway.
They really are. And we've seen calculated, we've seen calm tonight. We've seen a few guys with a few bit of door hits. We haven't really seen any real, like, any malice yet on the track. We've seen a lot of gentlemanly moments where it's like, oh, yes, that guy's got the momentum. I'm going to let him go. Or that guy's driving that hard. I'm going to let him go. It has been an interestingly, respectful race from in that regard.
And now the first battle that I'm seeing right now in my eyes, though, is a little bit further in the back. We're looking at Joseph Tucker trying to work the inside to get past Drew Prohl. Drew Prohl using the outside line to rocket down the back straightaway and get himself a spot. Taking over from the 98 machine of Christopher Hall, but Christopher Hall is still working that inside line, making it difficult for Prohl to get anything done. Oh, and Prohl tags the fence on the front straightaway here. I gotta give credit to Drew because, man, I haven't seen anybody dive it into the corner as deep as he has every lap and somehow miraculously find a way to make it stick.
The guys are lined up now, almost single file.
Yeah, nobody's been up there on that outside line quite as high as that 08 machine of Prohl. And I think he's maybe found something up there that car likes. He just needs to stop finding the wall in the process on the front straightaway because that's the only thing hurting him right now.
Yeah. Straight up, still 2x2 situation here with Drew Prohl, Joseph Tucker, Mark
Say
Sanchez.
what he's making it dig.
Whereas at the front now, checking back in with some of the leader packs here. Van Scoik, Chris Vincent, and Kyle Westwood. It's looking pretty good. A little bit of a gap right now.
Art Nicotera has worked himself up into the top 10 too. Good run for that number 17 machine tonight. Scratching and clawing to get everything he can here, and it's paying off so far. Good spot here. It's good for the points. It's a good clean run, good quiet race for him. That's what we're used to seeing out of the 17. Nothing too crazy.
That's what we like.
For the back, Kalen Mitchell going against Chris Hudson here, working the outside line, going to get the spot down the back straightaway up to the back bumper now. Drew Prohl into turn 3. Going to take a deep dive, early entry into 3. Not able to make anything materialize just yet, though. Just so you can get a little bit tight through 4. But he's going to try and cross it over. Down he comes, down to the bottom of the track now. Down to the inside of Drew Prohl into 1 and 2. Prohl up on the outside line, falling backwards now. As I think those Goodyears have definitely not been fond of the moves that he's been pulling on that outside line. Kalen Mitchell going to get the spot, though.
Kalen Mitchell, just a little bit ahead. Chris Hudson on the inside.
Chris Hudson trying to get himself past the 08 machine here in 1 and 2. I tell you what, it's a mixed bag right now because we had that caution come out when a lot of guys are on pit road. A handful of guys still stuck a lap down. Drew Prohl, one of those machines. Trying to make the most out of what he's got right now, though. At the very least, he's making headlines here at Texas.
Right. If you're not going to be up in the top 3, just try to make some headlines.
Oh, contact. Contact out of 4 between Prohl and Hudson. that's
Gonna
going to
happen
open up
again?
the door.
Let's see.
And that's going to open up the door for Joseph Tucker now to get to the back bumper of the 43 machine of Hudson here coming out of turn 2. If he could just clear the 08 of Pearl.
Just cleared the
No,
Right
actually,
now-
never mind. This is the battle for the lucky dog position.
I was about to say, they're trying to figure out who's going to get that lap back if we get another yellow here. Right now, it
money
looks
on.
like it's going to be Tucker.
I got my money on Joseph, man. On that one, he's put himself in a bad situation, you know, with strategy early in this race, and then caught a bad break on pit road there. Caution coming out right when he came in. Rough night for Joseph Tucker, but fast car nonetheless, and still a good drive. As you look right now, Joseph Causey going side by side with Johan Seminario here at the front. This is the battle for fourth place, right behind Reese Schaefer. Also, Levine has knocked himself off to the top of the pylon here, taking the lead away from PB Henry.
Yes, sir. Levine up 2 from where he started. It was about time for him to get back up in here. But PB Henry has been doing a fantastic job of staying competitive up in the front of the race this entire race so far. I wouldn't be surprised if they traded places yet again before the end of this race.
You see Johan Seminario making the moves on the 97 machine, and Reese Schaefer moving Johan up to third place. Now PB Henry's the only thing separating him from Justin Levine here at the point.
Watching to see if anybody has any extra pitting strategy, because this is going to be where the window is coming up very soon here. If anybody is going to try to green flag pit, but I don't know if there's any reason to for some of these guys. I mean, we got guys pitting on lap 104. It looks like that was where most of these guys did their pitting, was around 104. We're on 125 right now out of 160. So I guess we'll see.
Second
Good
place,
drive.
third place battle right now. Sorry, fourth place battle right now. Joseph Causey down to the inside of Reese Schaefer. Causey going to get the advantage here coming out turn number 2. Going to slide up, clear himself down the back straightaway. Joseph Causey back up to P4 here.
Causey to P4. Good place to find himself right there. Kyle Gerlach just ahead of Evan Ethel right now, down on the inside, both of them coming down through the tri-oval. There in 14th and 15th.
There's Medina after that incident he had earlier. Got all the fenders put back on the machine. Trying to make the most of it here.
And yeah, that was potentially a game
For
ender.
second, PB Henry under fire now from Johan Seminario. Seminario down to the bottom. Both cars just about looped around here coming out of turn number 4. Giving it all they got. PB trying so hard to hold on to the position up here on the outside line, but not able to do it as you see Johan Seminario line it up on the bottom and sink it here. He's going to clear himself down the back straightaway. Johan Seminario now in the second position. And
Oh, no.
Joseph Causey gets into the back of Henry. Henry down to the apron. And one hell of a save.
That is save number 2 out of PB Henry tonight. Incredible work. What a
He's gonna lose
save.
lot of- That's the last thing the 25 needed, though, coming to the end of that cycle where his tires are really good. Right on board here with Henry. Watch his hands here. Gets it
That's
right down there on that, chased it all the way down there to that apron. Let the car settle itself and slid it right back up.
Wow. Wowee. That was professional. Well done, PB Henry. Big save, big slide. There he goes again, PB Henry now on the inside. He's going to give the position to Chris Vinson. Or, excuse me.
Here comes Van Scoik diving down to the inside now. The 97 machine of Reese Schaefer. 00 machine's really coming to life here as we get later into this cycle.
I think this is the highest he's been so far in the race.
Yeah, he's picking a good time to do it, man. 30 laps away from the pay window opening up.
This is the right spot. If you're going to make a move from where his position right now, would be the perfect time to do it.
It's been such an impressive run out of him tonight in that 00 machine.
Can't argue that. Here, up at the front, Justin Levine, Johan Seminario, and Joseph Causey, the JJJ.
And Levine doing what he's done all night, man. Just walking off to one hell of an advantage over these guys. Slowly creeping himself up to a second ahead of second place Johan Seminario.
Slowly getting there.
But man, Justin, so good here at Texas. Mile and a half's just bread and butter. Well, plate tracks are just bread and butter, but man, he's fast anytime we come to these mile and a half tracks.
He is. He's always sort of putting on a little bit of a clinic, showing these guys just how to read the road and how to read it really well.
Yeah, he puts in so much time, man. Practice, racing, testing. Like he's always behind the wheel at that computer. I can promise you that.
Well, practice does make perfect.
Westwood now diving down to the inside of the 25 of PB Henry.
Henry now, after that situation, hopefully he isn't just getting bullied by people who think they can make a quick pass on him.
That's the one thing. He's being a lot more he's being a lot more conservative here, letting these guys go by as opposed to earlier. Giving a lot more room. I think he'd, I think that little bump there might have changed some of his mannerisms just a smidge. But he's not going to give up. He's still going to try and fight back on that 92 machine of Westwood here.
Ooh, we got some flashing there. Flashing from Reese Schaefer, who's battling some serious connection issues, jumping around right now in the turn, in the order.
Oh, down pit road, race leader Justin Levine, the first one in.
A lot of smoke off Levine, a lot of smoke off Seminario as well, who was right behind him.
PB Henry gonna dive it in as well.
Let's hope that we get some stability.
There's Joseph Causey now up at the point. How long's he gonna stay out?
Probably just this lap, I'm guessing.
No, ducks it down to the apron here. He's gonna bring it in. And a big slide again, man. Joseph, I don't think he's come down pit road straight one time tonight. Huge lockup coming in too. And
Vince
like
Coit.
that. Yeah, Van Scoit getting the first couple of laps led of the night for him in the 00 machine. And Schaefer still fighting demons right now with that internet.
Up at the front is 137 out of 160. We are approaching the 20-lap line here at Texas Speedway. Very soon, we will have a winner, and we will be able to talk to them.
Schaefer pulling over, giving the spot to Vincent, knowing that his internet is struggling so bad right now. It's difficult for Vincent to predict where he needs to go. Down pit road now comes your race leader, the 00 machine of Van Scoik. And Vincent's going to stay out here and try to get a couple points on the board with the lead. As we see a huge lockup from the 98 machine, I think that was. Vincent just came over the radio, said he's going to bring it down here.
Nice. It's
As well
about
as
time.
Medina in the 48.
This is going to be it. They're getting things ready for this last 20 laps. If you get the good tires and you put some gas in the car, you're going to be absolutely devouring anybody who's not doing the same thing right now. So let's see what they do.
Reese Schaefer now, your race leader. Internet looks like it's working. Internet looks like it's working better. You see Justin Levine go 3 wide with a couple cars on old tires here. Not wasting a second here at Texas, trying to get himself back up to the lead. Levine, if things cycle through the way that they're transferring right now, Levine will be your race leader. And with a sizable advantage.
We'll see. I think you're right. I think that once he gets out, we're going to have some a little bit of a shake-up in terms of the overall race leader situation.
And now he's just got to pray that everybody keeps it clean, no mistakes, no cautions. Nothing. Nothing to rock the boat here.
Right? 142 out of 160. We're there. 18 laps to go.
See Levine working himself past the second place car right now of Kyle Westwood, trying to get himself up to the back bumper of the 97 to Schaefer here so he can take the spot from Schaefer and get back on the lead lap. Schaefer going to stay up top, let him take it. Levine now unlapped.
Schaefer is close. He's close, but it looks like Westwood is going to be able to give chase. Who's there out in front right now, though?
Oh, here we go. All your top 3, your net top 3 anyway, have worked themselves past your race leader to get back on the lead lap. Joseph Causey, Johan Seminario, and Justin Levine. All 3 fighting this thing out with themselves now.
And it had to be this way. We kind of knew it would be this way a little bit. Those one sim guys really know coordination very well.
Seminario looking pretty strong right now in the Team Conti setup shot machine. He's starting to work himself up to the back bumper. Levine, this is the closest these two have been matched on speed all night. You got to be wondering, though, is Levine holding a little bit back, sandbagging here?
I'd say a little bit. Just a little bit. Based on what we've seen, it doesn't feel like it, but I've also known Justin Levine to be able to drive the car through basically anything. So we'll see.
Well, these guys now all under a blanket, your top 3. Within 3/10 of each other here. Or you're soon to be top 3. And this right here, this is the race for the win, as Reese Schaefer is the only car left out on track right now. 24 seconds ahead of second place Justin Levine. And Schaefer now diving it down pit road. So this is going to hand the control over to Justin Levine, Johan Seminario, and Joseph Causey. Which one's going to be the one to walk out on top tonight?
Well, we're going to find out in 15 laps. Not too much longer left to go, folks. So I'll just do it one last time here. Thanks for watching, folks. If you're joining us late in the game, you're here for the big climax. You've been here the whole time. We hope you've been enjoying yourself. And go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button for us. Smash that bell. It all goes a long, long way and helps us bring you the best in iRacing coverage. To the people who subscribed tonight, also, thank you very much. Really appreciate you very much.
Here comes Causey with a good run into 3. Taking different lines here, trying to get a little bit more of a wider arc to try and build momentum down the straightaway. Lengthen the straightaway, get the run. Here he is again with another huge charge. The back bumper to the 56 machine of Johan Seminario. Johan Seminario stuck in the wake of Justin Levine right now.
It's not a good place to be for a. I mean, you're trying to save a little bit, yeah, but at this point, I think that he needs to try to get out from that bubble. He needs to get out from that dirty air and try to find a way to charge ahead on his own. He's got the car for it. Why not do it?
You know, he's trying. It's just Levine's got the car to hold it though, at the same time, and I think Levine's just holding a couple tricks up his sleeve right now. I think he knows it's too early to really dog these tires. Giving these guys, you know, a little bit of fool's gold, the carrot on the stick. Try and make that guy in second place drive a little bit harder, make him think that you're catchable. That way you can just walk off into the sunset once they finally overheated that thing. He's going to step on it here because we're just shy of 10 laps to go.
Yeah, it's time to step on it. Time to make that move. Seminario looking to make the pass potentially on Justin Levine. if he can find a good spot for it. I think he'll use the outside or the inside. My guess is he's going to try to use the outside at first, and it's not going to work. Because it seems like the inside is the main way to get a move in on these guys.
Now, Levine missed the bottom of 3 and 4 a little bit there. That's going to open the door for Johan. A little bit of clean air to the front splitter, going to help him through 3 and 4, and really going to pull up that gap coming into turn 1.
Johan, Levine, Causey. This little pack of 3. 10 laps to go.
Causey is trying everything he can right now, and he's pulling at nothing.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, grasping straws.
Some kind of a way to get himself past that 56 machine. Man, they're just so matched on pace and speed and talent that it's just so difficult to find that one little chink in the armor on the car in front of you.
I don't blame him at all. It's so difficult to find. Causey, consistently one of the best Chargers, one of the best drivers we see on this field in a lot of ways. I was excited to see him race tonight, and so we have. And he's been on a very entertaining race from top to bottom.
I don't know what's more exciting, watching him race or interviewing him after the race, man. Because Causey is a character.
Well, we might just get a chance to.
Looks like it. We got 9 laps to go here. Justin Levine starting to open up an advantage, so up to almost 0.3 of a second over second place Johan Seminario. Every 1/10 of a second is a huge positive here. Look a little further back in the pack. A little bit of teammates dicing there between Luke Christian and Van Scoik. Even further, we got Chris Hudson here trying to put moves on the 98 machine of Christoph Hall. Christoph Hall, really good recovery on the night. Ran a lot of the night in the mid-teens to 20s, and he's worked himself up here into the 8th position. Great run out of the 98 car this evening.
Great runs tonight. A couple of great runs tonight out of a few people. We've got Christoph Hall up 12. Anybody else up? Besaw and Mitchell both up 11 tonight.
Also good runs for the 33 machine of Chris Vincent, as well as Charles Van Scoik in the 00. Well nestled in the top 10. They've been up there most of the race. Vincent had to climb from a little bit further back, it felt like. Spent a lot of the night in the lower parts of the top 10, but sitting P5 right now with 2 hard charging machines behind him. Though, as you see Christian get down to the inside of Van Scoik, and he's going to take the 6th spot away from him here.
Okay, those cars with very similar paints. That was throwing me off throughout the entire night. But I'm glad we got a chance to see them racing side by side at least once tonight to clear the air there.
You would not have lasted 5 minutes last year on NIS broadcast if that was messing with you.
Oh, no. I barely can handle NIS this time. I try my best. It's a lot of fun, but I get numbers wrong all the time.
them Ryko cars had the same exact paint scheme, and it was like 10 cars, all the same paint scheme.
That's rough.
And at first, yeah, we had 5 number 12s and 4 number 54s in the series.
Yikes. Repeat numbers, custom numbers, vanities. Oh, my goodness. That's rough.
But 5 laps to go. Justin Levine has 0.3 of a second over Johan Seminario. Joseph Causey sitting there 0.5 back in 3rd.
How did that happen? How did this happen?
I just think he was playing with him there, letting him get out there and burn it up in his dirty air.
There he goes. Lap 157. Ooh, high into the wall.
Drew Pearl running that Larson line here through 1 and 2. Caught the fence a little bit down the back straightaways. We come out of turn number 4 now to take 3 laps to go here at Texas.
.158, looking for it. Justin Levine out in front. It has been a great championship race for Justin Levine so far. A good championship series. And this is just going to make things even better for him.
Working himself down the back straightaway into turn 3. Coming to the line to take 2 to go. You know he's fingers crossed, praying that we don't have anybody throw a tire wrong way here.
Oh, yeah. The last thing he needs is that he wants this to be as clean as it can be. No yellows. Let's get to that white flag without having to worry about it. And as soon as we see that flag, you know we're making it straight to the end, baby. Going all the way.
Yep, working down the back straightaway now in the Mac Tools Camry into 3. And Stones throw the white flag here.
There he goes. Let's see if it pops out. And then we'll bring you
There she
the end of
blows.
this race. White flag is waving. And we are getting ready to bring you the end of this race. 160 laps from Texas Motor Speedway. Almost said Joe Levine. Justin Levine out in front right now. Johan Seminario in second. Joseph Causey in third. Looks like it's going to be them across the line in that order to bring you the end of this excellent battle. Green flags almost all the way. Only one real yellow out of this as he comes around across the line. Justin Levine takes it for the win.
In dominating fashion, Justin Levine really put together a good performance tonight. Definitely had the best car, best drive this evening. Johan Seminario, good job bringing it home second. Third's Joseph Causey. PB Henry and Luke Christian ran out your top 5. What a race, man.
What a race. Whew. They really just took every piece of advice we had about this track and said, we got this. And they drove one hell of a race tonight.
I'm pretty sure the winners where our keys came from because I was pretty late to the game tonight.
Oh, definitely. It's got to be us with the keys to the race that gives these guys any chance of winning at any of the racetracks that we go to. But no, absolutely. The truth of the matter is Justin Levine put on a clinic tonight with getting his car up to the front, staying there. Johan, Joseph, all those guys, the one sim guys especially, put on a really, really good show here at Texas Motor Speedway and showed us just how it's done as a team.
We need Justin to start actually doing a burnout here. There we go. Because up until now, it was a 2.5 good years out of 4. But come on, burn down. Get it up to 5th, man.
Burn it. You got it. Here is the unofficial results. Let's break that down real quick. Justin Levine in first, Johan Seminario in second, Joseph Causey in third, PB Henry in fourth, Luke Christian in fifth, Chris Vincent in sixth, Chris Hudson in seventh, Reese Schaefer in eighth, Charles Van Scoik in ninth, and Christoph Hall in 10th.
In 11th place, you got Kyle Westwood, followed by Robert Besaw Jr. in 12th. 13th is going to go to Kyle Gerlach with Art Nicotera, bringing it home 14th. 15th place, Kalen Mitchell, followed by Jose Medina in 16th. 17th place is going to go to Evan Ethel with Scott Schroeder, bringing it home 18th. 19th place is going to be Joseph Tucker, and rounding out your top 20 is going to be Mark Sanchez. 21st position is going to be Drew Prohl, followed by Pat Harvey. 23rd is going to go to Kevin Zosiak, and 24th is going to be Jordan Sellers.
So we had a good 24-car field. Almost everybody made it back. Not quite, unfortunately. But it was a good race nonetheless. And very shortly here, we're going to be talking to some of the guys who finished up at the top of this race. First things first, Joseph Causey. We're going to get him up in here into the booth, and we are going to see what his take was on the race. And once we get him, bear with me for a moment, folks. Once we get this started, we'll see what his take on it was, getting through that third place finish with his teammates there. You are Joseph Causey. Can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
Hey, congratulations on that third place finish, my friend. How was the experience from your point of view? How was Texas tonight?
Man, very tight at times and very loose at times. So like 3 and 4, tight entering, loose off, and it made very interesting race. Trying to keep up with Justin there with how he was able to save more than all of us. It felt like the whole time. The second to last run, man, that's probably the only time I really felt great in the car. Because when I tried to chase them down and try to get to Johan, it felt like I burnt it up too fast trying to get to him because I had to make up the distance.
Well, you did make up the distance, and it looks like that last run really worked out for you there. in the 88 machine, was there anything that anything that you guys were coordinating on down there in your Discord channel? Like were you trying to push Justin for the win, or were you just letting it all kind of get out there?
We're just trying to play it out, whatever it was gonna play it out as. I try to help out Johan a little bit. I didn't try to pressure him too much there at the end to see if he could lock himself in to next week. Other than that, I could have probably pressured him like as soon as we, we're still on equal footing, but after after that, when the tires wore out, I couldn't. There was no catching nobody after that.
Yeah, well, you did a pretty good job, man. You got up to third place on a tough track. Is there anybody that you'd like to shout out to or thank tonight?
Thanks, Keegan Sabila Esports, and thank you to everybody that puts this program together. Thank you, Ken Brown, for setups that he provides for us, and thank you everybody in the one sim that we race here. We got Reese, Johan, and all them, and Justin. Justin's been the top dog, man. He's hard to knock off here.
Yeah, he's proven that there's a reason he's up there, and we'll be talking to him in a little bit here tonight. But thank you very much, and we'll talk to you real soon. Okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You're very welcome. That was Joseph Causey, and now Sheldon, I'm going to pass things over to you, and you're going to talk to Johan Seminario. So take it away, Sheldon.
Absolutely. Johan showing up here in the booth, man. Another good run, dude. You got so much pace every week. Tell me how the Team Conti Camry was feeling this evening here in Texas.
It was feeling pretty good. This temperature was definitely way left field to what we tested and what A opens like. We're running about 15 degrees hotter, so definitely had to tweak the setup on the spot as we were running, but still had a pretty strong car. Unfortunately, I kept burning the rears off because I was so focused on not falling back, because I think I may have locked myself in. It's going to be very close, so I was just trying to make sure I got as many stage points and finished as good as I can. So
yeah, the playoff bubble was definitely scary and confusing for all of us involved, whether it's up here in the booth or in the car. How you feeling about your odds going forward here? You put together such a great season this season. If you get yourself locked in, man, what do you think about the odds of making a play for the championship here is?
I think I'll have some good odds. I won Charlotte last year. Team Conti has a very strong Charlotte setup, so as long as I'm in the running going into Charlotte, I think I'll have a pretty good shot. Mind you, I get handicapped about 25, 30 points. It's a league thing for the higher I rating guys, so I could also not make the playoffs because whatever I've earned tonight, I still gotta deduct 25 or 30 points automatically as a penalty. So
that's definitely got to be a nervous place to be in, especially after how much you've put down this season. So I did notice, up here in the booth, watching you tonight, the first couple runs, man, it looked like it was the Justin Levine show. And that last run, did you hit on something on pit road with an adjustment or something? Because you had a boatload more pace there at the end of the race than I saw it to be, I feel, all night.
Oh yeah, I mean, when we started the race, the car was very snappy, very snap loose, especially out of 4, which is the opposite of how A open and all that has been this weekend. So I had to do a lot of quick shock adjustments and some tire pressure changes, and I think at the end I finally figured something out. Wish I would have figured it out sooner, but can't be upset with a P2 with some of the struggles I had to go with.
Well, Johan, you definitely look good out there tonight. Who all do you want to thank and shout out for this excellent podium finish this evening?
Again, for sure, the Team Conti guys, for one. Michael put on a great setup. Like I said, for a set that was made in about 20-degree different weather, it still held on pretty strong. Obviously, the one sim guys, we always push each other immensely hard and always have such good races. I mean, Kazi and I were door banging on lap 1 of this race, so it was fun. Obviously, you guys for the great stream and friends and family that support. So
Well, thanks for putting on a good show tonight. And man, you had a perfect opportunity to send calls. You head on into the fence, and you chose not to. Oh man, do better.
My bad.
But either way, you're fine. I'm gonna hand it back over to Joe LaCastro, and he's gonna pull up your race winner, Justin Levine.
All right, Justin Levine, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Hey, congratulations on the win tonight at Texas. How you feeling after
Thank
that
you.
one?
Oh, I feel great.
Yeah, you drove that car across the line. Once you got up to the front here, you went from third up to first, but you seemed to just hold on to it for about the second half of this whole race here. What was your thinking in terms of leading this race as the guy from One Sim? Was there a part where you thought maybe one of your other teammates might cycle up and take that from you? You give it to Johan, give it to Joseph?
It's sounding a little cocky, but I wasn't letting anyone by. I was so ticked from last week that I didn't go on to win that race that I was coming out tonight to prove just how damn fast I was, and I made sure I left it all on the track. I used the air to block Johan, let him burn up his tires. I never went faster than what I felt the car could do. I never pushed the car. No matter who I was racing, I just made sure I went into the corner nice and straight, didn't drift off the corner, and just kept the momentum up every single time. Used the draft to my advantage when I knew I had laps to tick off, and everything, the whole strategy and everything worked out perfectly.
It absolutely did. Hey, it looks like it really did for you. You were able to pull off a really, really good victory here. Are you pretty familiar with Texas in general? How does Texas fare compare to some of your other tracks?
Texas, really, this is new. I've never been fast at the new configuration. I absolutely love the old one, and I wish they never tore it down, or changed the banking, I should say. They didn't tear it. I wish they just repaved that, and I think it would have been a better race than this. But just over like maybe last year, just finally something clicked. Getting over that bump in 1 and 2 is a game changer. If you can just figure out how to keep the car nice and planted, and after you hit that bump, just point and shoot, you're fine, because 3 and 4 is exactly the same. It's wide open. And if you can just keep the car driving off the right rear, going through the corner, you're going to be pretty damn fast. And that's exactly what I was able to do tonight.
Well, you went on to prove it, my friend. Is there anybody you'd like to shout out to and give thanks to tonight?
Shout out to you guys. Best in the business. Can't wait to go back and watch the broadcast. Shout out to Dave and all the admins and Ben for putting this on. Still one of my favorite leagues. So competitive and well-rounded drivers. Could race hard and not wreck. Of course, just like anything, we're all not professionals. It's a sim. It happens. But tonight, we almost went all the way. That stage caution. If we didn't have a stage caution and went all the way, it'd be sick. But and of course, all the viewers.
Hey, thank you very much. Justin Levine, the winner tonight. We'll see you here in the winner's circle again real soon, I'm sure.
Thanks. Have a good night.
All right. Take care. Have a good rest of your week. Bye-bye. And that's it for your interviews here from Texas Motor Speedway. Let's just get some last-minute thoughts from Sheldon. How you feeling, Sheldon?
Oh, these guys put on one heck of a good show tonight, like we are so used to seeing out of the SSRL series. Congratulations to Justin Levine and all of our podium finishers. And man, it's Texas, man. It's a pretty tame race, but a lot of good battles. PB Henry definitely gave us a lot of excitement all night. Looking forward to seeing what these guys bring in next week, and thanks for having me up here with you guys.
Well, it was my pleasure to have you up here, buddy. It was a great race. And yeah, I had a great time too. Texas was a lot of fun to watch. Good win. We got Tim W saying good win, JL there in the YouTube chat. And thanks again to everybody in YouTube. But let's go ahead and send it home. And there for everybody watching, before you do go home, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, slap that bell also, because we're going to be doing some more racing real soon. But from the entire Grid Vision team, we'd like to thank you for watching and for participating in the chat. So for more information on getting your league broadcast or broadcasting with us and starting your career in broadcasting, contact us on Facebook or X or email at info@gridvision.live. Congratulations once again to Justin Levine on winning tonight's race from Texas Motor Speedway. This has been Joe LaCastro, Sheldon Atkins, and Austin Derbyshire. And we will see you next time on the grid.